mirror too, since you got yours set up.
What's going on, everybody? Usually I go by my alias name, but we're going to go with my government name for the day. I got a very, very special guest with me. But before we get into all of that, you are now tuning into the Black Service Announcement. And I'm here with my very, very special guest, Ayesha. We just going to keep it at that, Ayesha. I ain't giving government names out, none of that. Just Ayesha.
Right.
One of my homies, somebody I talk about a lot.
His best friend.
So today we are going to talk about relationships or intimate relationships. So, what's your idea of an intimate relationship?
What is my idea of an intimate relationship?
Okay, what's your idea of a relationship, a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship?
I mean, it's a partnership. It's a commitment, right? It's something that's supposed to represent partnership, commitment.
Okay.
So instead of you doing things always on your own, planning your own future for yourself, you're now planning for two. It's two becoming one. So your goals and dreams are now one, right?
No, you're right.
I mean, we all have our own goals and our own, separate dreams, but in a relationship, we're supposed to motivate, inspire, encourage, show some sort of support. When you're in a relationship, that's a part of a relationship. That's what I would expect in a relationship,
I view it in the same light. I say as the years go on and y'all build, I think that there should be a higher level to go on. I don't know. Like, we just got finished listening to Josh and his situation. And like, I don't want to say a relationship like that to me starts to become toxic and unhealthy. But in the same no, it's not healthy. It's not because to me, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I should be able to trust you just as much as you trust me. The same amount of trust that you give me, it's the same amount of trust that I should give you. Now, if my trust only extends, hey, call me when you get in the house, and you just got out of the car, then is it really a relationship, or is this?
Well, I mean, to touch on the topic of what Brother Josh was discussing with his significant other, it seems as if, okay, from a man's perspective, his natural sense is to want to protect his woman, always making sure she's safe, what I mean? So that sense of security is what a man feels like, men in a relationship want to feel needed, right?
Okay, that's very true.
So a part of that is, okay, I need to know that you need me in some sort of way, and with that comes, because I provide you security. A woman wants to feel safe with her man. She wants to know that her man makes her feel safe. So if a woman is in a relationship and she's behaving as if she don't need that man, for security or to feel safe, and she feels like she can just go out with her friends without informing her man, hey babe, I'm going to the beach, I'm going to the club, or wherever she's going with her friends, and she doesn't feel like it's necessary to inform her man, then of course the man is going to feel some sort of a level of insecurity. That's not going to sit right with him, because it's like, one, why do you feel like you can't communicate that with me and tell me that you're going? And then how do I know that you're safe? And what if something happens to you? How do I know where to find you? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's just like, that should be a natural thing in a relationship. You want to have security in that relationship. You know, you want your man to feel secure in that relationship, and you want to feel secure in that relationship. So when your man tells you good night, when your man, you know, is saying, hey babe, like, check in, let me know when you heading out, you know, and that's not through a text, because a text message, you could already be there and you saying you leaving.
That's very true.
And I'm not saying that I don't trust you, but it's like, well, why are you not comfortable calling me and saying, hey babe, I'm heading out, you know, and have a little conversation on the way there to make sure, you know, like, hey babe, you know, I'm in my right mind, I'm good, you know, I haven't drank anything yet, we're not drinking and driving, you know, just want you to know that we're good, you know what I mean? On the way home, hey babe, you know, I'm a little tipsy right now, such and such is driving, you know, but I'm alright, I just want to call and let you know we good, you know, we heading home now, you know what I'm saying? But you doing this through text, that doesn't really give closure to the security. It's not making him, he's still feeling uneasy because he can't even hear your voice. He don't know how messed up you are right now. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't know what situation you're in, so he has to, you know, base his judgment off of a text that you're sending him, and that tells him nothing.
Okay, so let me ask you this. When does, because I understand, like, you being in a relationship, being in a partnership agreement, however you want to look at it, you do have to communication. Mm-hmm. One thing is always talked about. That's key. It's key is communication. Mm-hmm. And I can respect that. But when does it become too overbearing? When does it become too much? Or when does it become... When does something become okay? When does something go from becoming okay to now it's like, all right, yeah, I get it, but now you're sounding, now you're making me feel like you don't trust where I'm going, or you don't. It just starts feeling obsessive. Like,
I think the only time, in my opinion, that communication is, that there's a problem with communication is if there's no communication at all. I don't think that there's ever too much communication unless it's a circumstance where the way that you're communicating is toxic. It's unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that includes calling the person out of their name, or calling them a liar when they're not, or, you know what I'm saying? Criticizing or judging or whatever in a way that's not healthy. You feel me? So, other than that, if you're communicating respectfully as adults and you're just getting your point across, like, listen, like, you know, you lately, this has been a situation and it's making me feel this way, you know, I'm talking to you about it because I want to know if there's a way that we can come to some sort of compromise where this can work for both of us, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where we both can feel secure in this situation, you know, and if people can master communicating in that way, then there truly is no problem that can't be solved through that, you know? But I think nowadays communicating is harder because of this whole social media frenzy that we're dealing with right now. You know, people don't know how to communicate anymore. It's because they're so used to just using their eyes instead of their brains in their mouth. You know, they just use their finger to scroll and their eyes to see what everybody else got going on, but they don't know how to verbalize their feelings anymore, you know? So it's like, I feel like that is also another issue that we're dealing with when it comes to relationships, is the lack of communication, you know, in my opinion.
Okay, you brought up, you said something else that was kind of interesting. You brought up social media. I know that social media messes up happy relationships. happy relationships. But my question is, there's some women that want you to announce that you're dating them on social media and all of that. Do you feel like that's something that's as important? Do you as a person, do you feel like that's important? Would you want your man to be putting you up on social media or making y'all's relationship known?
Look, if the audience can see me right now, they'll see I'm rolling my eyes. Absolutely not. I mean, first off, for me, I'm a very, I guess you can say I'm a private person. You know, I'm not secretive. I'm not ashamed of anything that I do, but I am a private person. You know, you have people, they have their kids, and as soon as their baby is born, like while they're bloody in the hospital, they're already snapping, posting pictures of their child on, you know what I'm saying, on social media. And, you know, like, people don't realize the effect of putting your business out there like that. You're bringing people in your world. You know what I mean? Like, the reality that you create for yourself, that should be valuable, that should be personal, that should be intimate. You understand? And when you bring other people in that world, strangers, people that don't know you, because the moment you post your business on social media, you're opening up the world to your life. You know what I'm saying? And in return, now they can influence, you know, your perception of who you are. Because you post up something, you post up your beautiful child that you just gave birth to, and someone say, oh, that baby look like an alien. In your mind, you're saying that you don't care, but if 1,000 people say it, damn, that baby ugly, damn, that baby this, damn, that baby that.
You can't be mad because
you can't be mad because you posted the picture. But on top of that, now you're naturally starting to build up some level of insecurity towards these comments. You know, based on these comments, I should say. So it's like, you know, at the end of the day, why put yourself in something like that? When you know you have your child, that's your value. You don't see your child the way the world will see your child because it's yours. You know what I'm saying? So to the world, it looks like an alien, but to you, it's an angel. You know what I mean? So now, because 1,000 or 1,000,000 people see your child and think it looks like an alien, now instead of you loving this child and realizing that it's going to grow into a beautiful being, you're now looking at it sideways. Like, dang, why I had to have this ugly behind baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you have people really think, like, I'm just using this as an example. I'm not saying that everyone, you know, would view it like this, but, you know, it's just the perception. So when you put your relationship status online and stuff like that, like, first off, it's nobody else's business. To me, that's a level of insecurity for you to feel like that's a necessity. You know what I'm saying? It's like you want the world to know I'm taken, you know, as if, you know, at one point you felt like you couldn't be taken, you know, as if at one point you felt like nobody wants you or something, as if at one point you felt like you weren't good enough, you know, or maybe someone told you you weren't good enough, so now you want to show everybody that you're good enough because somebody want to marry me or somebody got me. And, you know, it's no one else's business. That's your life. Right. You know, that's your world. So I feel like, for me, that's not my vibe, because, you know, I know what I value, what I'm valued. I know the type of woman that I am. I know what I can offer, and I know what I deserve. You understand? So it's no one else's business but mine, in my world. You know what I'm saying?
Very true.
So, I just feel like, you know, for women to feel like that's a necessity, and if the man didn't post that and you didn't put on Facebook my name, you just said you in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? You know? And it's like, bruh.
Yeah.
That shows insecurity, because you feel like maybe, you want his ex chick to know. You know what I'm saying? You want his ex baby mama to know, whatever. You want somebody to know, and it's come on. You're worried about you're worried about the wrong thing, and that's what will deteriorate your relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because you're worried about everybody else and what they know and what they see and what they think, instead of what you're trying to build.
And that's very true. I don't think. I mean, probably before in certain relationships I've been in, I know I've posted it up, and for them very same reasons, either because I was insecure within myself, or, dang, you know, hey, I got me a bad chick, this, that, and the other. But, you know, I got older and realized it's like, you can show everybody that you're taking, and there can be that one person that's capable of taking it away. Mm-hmm. And it's when you don't keep your relationship to yourself, or when you put it out, be careful. Because what you may get back may not be what you want to hear. It may not be what you want to maybe see. Or stuff like that. But then also as the person who's dating, or the person who's in the relationship with that person, you got to sometimes take yourself away from the equation. And maybe step back and be like, let me see how this person's going to react. Because if I react, and I give this person this gas to the fire, because, okay, like, it's okay to show that you're jealous. Sometimes. And depending on what you're jealous about. But then it's another thing to be so jealous and you end up pushing that person away. Or being so angry, you end up pushing that person away. And, you know, I have a friend of mine, and, you know, they try to teach me a lot to, like, sometimes you got to step back and look at things, and not look at it from a perspective of your own. And I think sometimes, and I can only speak for myself as a man, I know for a fact, if, okay, a part of me before, if my significant other didn't put me up on social media, oh, you don't care? Oh, okay, so, you sure you don't care? Okay, all right. Even though I ain't have no woman on the side, don't worry about it. I got somebody to fix all that. Because what you won't do, somebody else will. Man.
And that won't do is just putting you on social media.
Exactly. And then you
she could be doing everything. Cooking when you get home, got the bath water ready, and look, ironed your clothes, washed it, everything, ironed the drawers.
What?
But that one thing, she decided not to put you on social media. Oh no!
But I think a lot of us in relationships, we just take that one thing and not look at everything else that the person brought to the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes my friend, I get upset with them sometimes because I don't talk to them, or I may not speak to them, and it's only because how that person is, they're healthy for my life, even though I have unhealthy tendencies. But in the same, I know with that friend, I also got to step back and be like, you know what? That person got a life to live too, outside of you, what you got going on. And I think a lot of times, even in relationships, like we don't step back and look at the other person and say, you know what, maybe I need to talk to this person. Maybe they're going through something, and I'm so consumed with my bullshit and whatever I'm talking about that I ain't stopped to say, hey babe, what's going on with you? You all right? You good? You know, I ain't talked to you in a while. You all right? No, for real. Like, you got something? I'm all ears, friend mode. Man. All ears. I think sometimes it's healthy just to take a step back and look at your friend and say, hey, yo, you all right?
Yeah.
But I think in a lot of relationships, and especially in this social media era of relationships, if your hubby or whoever don't put that business out on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, it's like, y'all are not going to talk about it. You understand? And one thing I try to show my friend is that regardless of what I go through, or regardless of what I go through with them, I'm always going to talk about whatever issues, because even at the end of the day, now if it becomes a me issue and it's just something that I'm consumed about, then yeah, all right, nigga, you'll be all right. You'll go about your business. But at the end of the day, you just got to learn to take yourself out of the equation, and then talk about the things. Like, not everything is going to be easy to talk about, and not everything your significant other is going to want to talk about. So give it time. I think I think sometimes, as much as we worry about time, we don't take the time to take the time for the other person. You understand what I'm saying? And that's important. That's important in a healthy relationship. Like, you got to take time out for each other. Put the phones down. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I was talking to my home girl, and the first time we were clicking up and we were talking, I didn't really pick up my phone unless it was something important. And, no, I ain't got nothing important going on. You know, and little things like that, I feel like when you do it, that other person appreciate, because it shows them like, damn, if I do need to talk to you, or we just have to have a conversation, or I just want to enjoy your company without any interruptions, it's capable of being done. Right. You know, I think in relationships, and for us as men, we get so much to the point where we want to protect, we want to do all this shit. We sometimes forget, we sometimes forget how to love the woman, just for her to be the woman, just for her to be there, just for her to be who she is, wake up in the morning, smell as good as she do.
The presence of a woman.
Just the presence of a woman, boy. You know, and we want our woman to cater to us so much, and don't realize they've been catering to us. You know, we just too blind to see it. It's just like the example you gave. Like, damn, I done iron your drawers. There's food on the table, your favorite food on the table. Right. You leaving me because this bitch put you up on social media?
And she the one that she only ironing her own drawers.
Yeah, she only ironing her own clothes. She only cooking her own food. Matter of fact, when you say, babe, where's my food? Hot pockets are made in 2 minutes. Like,
she hit you with the what food?
What food? You know what I'm saying? We gotta start appreciating us as men. Just appreciating just a little thing, little stupid shit, bro. Just like little stupid shit. Like, your girl wants some of your juice. Let her get some of your juice. Just when she ain't looking, you take some of hers. That's just how that works.
I know.
That's just how that works. Like, there's so many different cute things.
What is that, the 80-20? The 20-80?
Yeah. 20-80, 80-20 rule. But, you know, being playful, doing different things, going out on dates. Like, take your woman out on a date. Put the kids to bed early, make your oldest one watch them. Pay them. Because some of y'all niggas out there don't want to do that shit. Pay both of them, the boy and the girl, to watch all the little badass kids. And you and your woman go out on a date. Let her fun. Yeah, have fun. Be. Your kids are being kids, and because you've been parents for so long, y'all forgot how to be little teenagers, flirting and doing immature, dumb shit. Just because y'all have each other, you know. And I think that's another thing we don't. A lot of us do, but some of us don't. We just don't try to have fun anymore because we allow life to get the better hold of us, and then we come home with the issues and the problems. And even though some of us don't intentionally mean to give it to our significant other, guess what? We give it to our significant other. I've known plenty of times I've given my friend hell, and then she ain't had shit to do with it. You know what I'm saying? She ain't had a damn thing to do about it.
Tell me about it.
But, you know, at the end, that's another thing, and that's one thing that us as men and women need to start doing. When y'all argue with each other or whatever, don't go to bed with that on your heart, man. You know, when I get in my arguments or whatever, yeah, I be pissed off at the moment. I be pissed off at the time. But I always also try to remember, like, again, step away from yourself and say, damn, what is this person going through? What are they going through? And then still let them know, you know, babe, I love you. Whatever the fuck we were arguing about, it don't even matter. I'm about to lay my ass down and go to sleep. I love you. You have a good day. If I see you tomorrow, or whatever it is that you say to your significant other. Because at the end of the day, your life isn't guaranteed. There's couples that wake up in the morning, they're mad at each other, and then that person who maybe initiated the conflict or initiated the issue or initiated the problem, they wake up to the person who wasn't either not trying to have the problem or trying to reconciliate the problem, and then they wake up there next to their husband or their wife, and then it's like, damn. Only takes 2 minutes. It only takes you a minute to step away from yourself. It only takes you 2 seconds to tell that person next to you that you love them, that you care about them. Can't live with them. Can't live without them. It just little shit, because you never know. And then in this day and age, you never know. That's why when I do get into arguments with my friend, I at least try to step back. And it's not too late. Hey, I love you. You're the most beautifulest woman in the world. Whatever the hell it is I'm saying. All right, I'll see you tomorrow, see you whenever, whatever. At the end of the day, I still want that person to know that regardless of what we go through, regardless of what bullshit we got going on, that just the same as your love is unconditional, my love is going to be unconditional. And I don't want to go to sleep and not tell you that I love you. I don't want to go to sleep and not let you know that I care. Now I don't want to go to sleep, and even if I'm still fuming mad about whatever the bullshit was, I don't want to wake up in the morning and
continue that on to the
exactly
the next day.
And for what? For what? It's a new day. I'm gonna find something else to be mad at the person about. You know what I'm saying? Because you know when you got good friends, you know what I'm saying. They always do something, you know what I'm saying? Like my friend earlier today, you know what I'm saying? For whatever her reason, they ain't never done it before.
Talk to me.
Done. Oh, he's gonna pay for that, and like a dummy, even though the first card was declined. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Cause I was about to curb it.
You mean that $1.46 receipt?
Yeah, that $1.46. I ain't have it on the card.
Receipt.
I ain't have it on the card. Woo. I was about to give it back to the person and be like, well, you know, tell her that the love ain't the same anymore and give it back to her. But, you know, I went on ahead and I paid for it, because at the end of the day, as a man, especially, okay, and this is another thing. When you're a gentleman, or a man, you're courting a woman, or you got feelings for a woman, and you may not be too sure how the other person may not feel, but little things that they do, I'm a person that I try to pay attention to it, because when they do it, sometimes they may just do it just to do it, just to do it, just because they may know that you have $1.45 in your pocket. Sometimes a woman wants to see, well, damn, I ain't got $1.42 in my pocket, but let me see if this nigga's going to do it for me. And not because of the purpose of, oh, I'm going to try to play this nigga. But sometimes it's like this. If you really want to know how much a woman or how much your man care about you, go into the fucking grocery store. No, you might have money in your pocket. But get something small, a piece of gum, 25-cent gum, or a Snickers bar. Something that's cheap. If that person can't get, and even if, okay, the person doesn't have any money, it's totally understandable. But if y'all both have the idea that both of y'all coming in with money, then yeah. But ask her to buy, just be like, hey, you know what? I don't even have a quarter, babe, but I want this piece of chewing gum. Would you mind getting it for me? If she can't get you a $25 pack of juicy fruit, 35-cent pack of juicy fruit from out the gas station, understand whatever you're trying to pursue with this person, whatever relationship you're trying to go, is only going to go as far as that 25-cent didn't go, or that 35-cent didn't go. Go ahead, because you sound like you about to say it. You got something. I'm just saying, like,
I hear you.
If I didn't pay for my friend's food, how can I say that I like my friend? Say all the little shit that I say to my friend, but I can't even pay for $1.45 of food for her to eat, for her, because she was hungry. Mm-hmm. It's deep, even though it's something like, damn, that sounds like you overthinking it. No, this person was hungry. This person wants something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, hey, he said he got me. Whatever reason. There's two choices you make.
Right.
You can either say, man, fuck this motherfucker and the food. But then what you telling them is, I don't give a damn. I saw you on the corner with your son hungry. Bitch, you ain't getting nothing from me for $1.45. Or you can look at it and say, damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like now because now we're talking about finances, right?
Okay. Yeah.
We're talking about finances in a relationship. See how we don't jump right now? Yeah. I told you it's what we do. So now, in regards to finances, this is a pretty interesting topic because, a lot of relationships, marriages, whatever, are ended due to finances.
That's very
You
true.
know, and it's unfortunate because these are material values, but at the end of the day, people weigh these things. It's a sense of security. Once again, everybody wants that security in a relationship, and finances in this society is it's a sense of security. So, I kind of wanted to ask, like, how do you feel if you invite a woman to go out with you on a date, right? She accepts the date. She says, sure, I'll go out and eat with you. Whatever. And you take her to wherever you want to take her to. Y'all sit down. Y'all eat. Now, once the meal is done and the check comes, is this a split check or are you paying the check all the way? How does that work?
Okay, is this is the first date I'll take it, right?
Yeah, sure.
It's first
Sure.
date. I would split the check. And the reason
Okay.
why I'm saying I would split the check is because it depends on how the conversation, I won't even say I'll split the check. It depends on how the conversation goes. And it depends on the energy that's brought to the table. I could personally think we're having a great conversation. We're having a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Over in your head, you're like, this dumb, stupid ass nigga. He done had this same conversation talking about the same fluffy blue shoes from the fluffy blue Walmart around the corner about 4 times, but he just said it in 7 different ways from Sunday. But because I'm in my mind talking about something, I see you laughing and I see you joking. It's one of those things that there's no sense of both of us. There's no sense. Yes, I like you. Yes, if I'm taking you out, yes, I should be paying for it. But why am I going to pay? I'm going to sound shallow as fuck. But why am I going to pay for something if both of us didn't enjoy the date? I don't know, man. That is. I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Ooh, did I get I don't know?
Ooh, you got the I don't know out of me. I ain't hit the I don't know in a while.
This one I would love for people to call in and give me their feedback on this one. But, I guess, in my opinion, I am a little bit old school traditional. You know what I'm saying? Like, working at a Metro diner, I done seen some old school come in, and I heard a server say to the couple, right? It was a man and a woman. I heard the server say, okay, is this going to be a split check? And the man was insulted. The man said, what? Absolutely not. I'm paying for the lady meal. Like, what you mean split check? So that was back then. Now, this couple, I would say they were like in their 60s, you know what I mean? Like, they were in their 60s or so forth. But, I would say probably somewhere late 50s, early 60s range, it looked like. However, nowadays, in our generation, you see, women paying for their own meal and men paying for their own meal. So, because of this whole thing of women gaining their independence, they've got grasp of their financial independence. They feel like they don't need a nigga for nothing, and they gonna show you I don't need you for nothing. So matter of fact, yeah, I'll pay for my own. Matter of fact, I'll pay for mine and yours. How about that? You know what I'm saying? That's the mentality that these women are having nowadays. And the problem that I have with that is that in so many ways, you are kind of degrading the man, you know, from showing you that he's able to provide and be a man and give you that security. You know what I mean? For me, I feel like if a man asks me to go out on a date because he's trying to pursue me as being more than friends or, you know, something like that, I would expect, and I shouldn't expect anything, so you know I'm going to come with my backup just in case, because you never know kind of, you know what I'm saying, person you're dealing with.
Yeah,
but,
play with me, you can pay that $1.45 out of damn something.
But I would expect that, you know, if you invite me out, if I invite someone out somewhere, you know, because I like them, you know, I don't know the situation that they're dealing, you know, I don't know what they got going on, but, you know, at the end of the day, I want to invite you to a nice meal so we can sit down, catch up, and talk, you know what I'm saying? In my mind, that's going to be on me, because I want that experience with you. That's why I'm inviting you. You understand what I'm saying? I want to spend that time with you. If it turns out bad, oh well. I asked for it, so it's on me. If it turns out good, that's even better. You know what I'm saying? I asked for it. Okay. So it's like, at the end of the day, if I want that moment with you, and I'm planning it, and I take you where I want to take you, I'm paying for that. Because I want it.
She's saying everything that I was thinking, but I didn't have the opportunity to say it like that. So yeah, when she said that, that's basically what I would do too. You know what I'm saying?
That's basically what we would do too.
Yeah, that's basically what we would do. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I feel like a lot of people are running away. They run away from responsibility. It's like we want something, but we don't know how to just get it. Go get it without that hesitation of, you know, are you worth it? You know, like who is anyone to say what someone is worth? You know what I'm saying? Or what anyone deserves. You know, if anything, you say what you worth and what you deserve. You know what I'm saying? But you don't tell nobody, hey, you don't deserve for me to pay for your meal, or you're not worth for me paying for your meal. In that case, you shouldn't have took the time and effort to ask that person to go out with you for this meal. You know
so, Carla, would you like to go out on a date this Saturday around 4 o'clock? Yeah, I would. Pick you up around 8.
See, nowadays, women got to say, are you paying? No, I'm joking.
No, but
yeah, I'm joking.
I went out with a girl one time. This was back in early 2000s, and I was 2006. And we went out, and she asked me, was I going to pay? No, before we went out, I called her, and she said, well, I just would like to know, are you paying for the meal? Or am I paying for the meal? How are you going to do this? I said, well, I thought, when I asked you out on a date, I told you I was paying for it, like, you know, whatever.
Did you? Did
and
you
I
tell
did.
her that? Yeah.
Yeah, I told her I was going to pay for it. So then, after everything was said and done, and we get back to her place and we chilling and all of that, I had to ask. I said, "Yo, why?" I said, "Why was it when I already told you that I was going to pay for it? You asked me again, was I going to pay for it?" And she was like, because she was older. She was 27. I was 19.
Oh, well, that explains.
Yeah. So that was one of the reasons why, because I was younger, and she was just like, okay. And then she was like, sometimes most men expect me to pay.
Especially when you're 27 and you're 19.
Yeah. And so I was like, I said, no. But I was hoping it was romantic around 19. So I would have bought you a dress, and we would have went out with. I would have bought
the whole nine.
The whole nine. Now I'm gonna look at you and just be like, I hope you can find something in your goddamn own closet, because chivalry is dead. I ain't paying for nothing.
Oh man, and that is very interesting. Chivalry being dead. It's sad to me.
Chivalry is dead.
You know,
I ain't paying for it. Why? But then again, that's the ignorant mentality that some of us men carry. Like, I ain't paying for myself. But if you like the woman enough, like my friend, I like her enough that if I wanted to really put my hooves down, they're like, you know what size you wear? Okay. What size shoe you wear? Okay.
See, so you're willing to invest into something that you want more than a friendship. You know what I'm saying?
But okay, I'm willing to invest. But I think the thing that I get nervous or I get more standoffish of is that when I get the feeling that the same isn't going to be reciprocated or the same isn't reciprocated. Because even if I believe it, I'll still have to give it some time to say, oh yeah, this motherfucker really ain't trying to, she on some other shit, ain't she?
Oh, so you want her to buy your whole outfit too?
No.
So what would you want reciprocated in return?
No, when I say that, first impressions is everything. So if your first impression of me is, damn nigga, you bought me the dress, you bought me these red bottom heels, you got me these earrings, I hadn't had a Dominican blowout since I've been in Dominican Republic. Like, so now here it is. The pedestal, the first impression and the pedestal put the person on. I feel like it's what, I'm not gonna say it's what they expect, but it's kind of like what they expect going into the relationship with the person. And that's just my idea. Because I'm gonna say it like this. I was trying to court this girl around the same time I was dating. Around the same year I was dealing with the other girl. And I wasn't dating them at the same time, not no player, none of that. But so with her, again, y'all call it sucker shit, I call it hopeless romantic shit. Yes, whatever. So with her, I paid her bill. Her son went to the hospital. She didn't have the money to be able to pay for it. I paid for it. She didn't have a cell phone at the time. I put her on my plan. I was doing little bitty things, and it became a problem. I don't have the money for this, so can you pay for this? I just quit my job because they did this. Can you help me do this? And I realized, I'm like, so then at one point I had told her, I was like, yeah, I'll help you out, but you got to let me see what I can do, because I was like, I got my shit too. Long story short, our relationship ended real badly because she asked me for something and I said no. And that didn't sit well. You called my grandmother a bitch, you called my mama a bitch. And my grandmother had Alzheimer's. You came over to the house. You feel me? So with that being said, when it comes to a first impression, and that's why I kind of said, I might just split the check, because I don't want your impression to be, oh, this nigga got money, or this, because I knew a chick. She was from the Sun. I knew a chick. Every time a dude would come in, Ferragamo, Gucci.
What's up, dude?
Oh, podcast.
Put a lock on my door. I'm sorry.
So it was like Ferragamo, this Gucci. Oh, they driving the Audi 2030. And she knew the price range for everything. And then when I'm looking it up myself, I'm just like, damn. And she's like, oh, I'll get with him. And I'm just like, damn, motherfucker, you know the price of this shit? Damn, this shit. And it just gave me the mentality that when it comes to women, especially if you're going out on a date with somebody, women of today, they're going to look at what you got on. And it's understandable, because I want to look at what the fuck you got on. Who wants to? You don't want to deal with a busted man. I don't want to deal with a busted looking woman. But then there comes a point where I'm looking at you with hearts in my eyes. You looking at me with dollar signs. And that's why I say, like, that first impression and how that first impression is important, because if you don't lay down some type of particular ground rules, you're going to get taken advantage of. I've been taken advantage of, and I've allowed people to take advantage of. The girl I lost my virginity to, I used to get money from my grandmother, shit like that. And because she was cool with all my friends, and whatever. Like, they never had a problem letting her in my room. Well, I had a problem with it because I got to keep my shit under lock and key. Now this motherfucker done Jimmy locked my shit, and where all my money and everything is gone. Oh, I just wanted to make sure it was safe. That's your explanation for it. Bullshit. You don't need to worry about my money or it being safe. I know where my money's at. But because she wasn't getting money from her family and because of certain shit, and she knew she could always ask me, and because I wasn't putting a lock on, hey bitch, you don't need to be paying attention to my money.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I say, you know, you gotta, and it's one other thing too. You gotta be friends with the motherfucker. You gotta be friends with whoever you're with first. I think that's
a great foundation to start.
And you know, you gotta be friends, because if I can't trust you, you know, like my friend, we've built a trust with each other. I feel like if I gave her $100, I look at it like this: if you ain't adding to it, then you ain't doing shit. But well, not really. Not if you're not adding to it, but if you can't hold it down for me, or at least double it for me, or double it for us, or whatever the situation is, I don't need you to hold it for me at all. I don't need you to do a damn thing. So at the end of the day, like, the trust that I have for my friend, it goes well above the moon and back. Because at the end of the day, I can hand my friend some money, and I know she ain't gonna fuck me over. I know that if it was $200 in this bitch, it's gonna be $200, unless she calls and say, "Hey, look, listen, some fucked up shit's going on, whatever the situation is. Do you mind if I could not steal, but take
Use
20, use 20 out of the money that you let me hold?"
Yeah.
Sure. Now, again, communication. Because now that you let me know that you need to hold on to this money, I'm capable of saying, yeah, you know, now if the shit get fucked up, it's on me. But the trust, you always got to build trust. You always got to build loyalty, and we can get into the difference between that, but that's a story for another day. But at the end of the day, man, when you're in a relationship, you got to build as friends, man, and build as friends, because who knows, like, the woman that you trying to pursue might just look and be like, man, nigga, you drive me up a wall and back, and it's the type of drive that I can't have it, don't want it, don't need it. Then it might just be the type of drive that, yeah, you drive me crazy, you drive me up a wall, but you know what? Keep doing what you're doing. You're making it work just a little bit, man. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
You know, that's. I mean, we going on a friendship topic right now. I have to get to that, but going back to, you know, who gonna pay for this meal though? So my last take on that is, you know, of course, like I said, I'm very old school, but I'm old school to a point where, you know, I do feel like in a relationship it should be like a 50-50. You know, even if you're friends, this doesn't have to be an intimate thing. Like, even as friends, like, you know, we should do for one another. So if I went on a dinner outing with a friend or a potential date or whatever it is, right, and that person decided to pay for the meal this time, next time, better believe I appreciated that. You know what I'm saying? So if I got it, man, that's on me. You know what I mean? He might be like, no, I got it. No, this time it's on me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like there should be that 50-50 to say that, hey, like, you know, we do for each other. I'm not expecting just for you to do for me. You know what I mean? And whatever. And so that's my take on that. Now, as far as the friendship foundation, I think that is important. I do believe that if you build a relationship based off of a friendship first, it will last after, you know, if anything was to occur where you realize that the relationship is not working out more than friends, you know, then at least you can resort back to, all right, you know, but we were always really good friends. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But on top of that too, you have friends that want to be more than friends and have yet to realize that their purpose is probably meant to be what it is, you know? So you have situations where people try to be something that they're not, and then it don't work, and then it becomes something toxic, and then now you lost a potential great friend because you wanted it to be something that it wasn't supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't knock you for trying, you know, because you never know until you really just try. But you know, if people can communicate well and be honest enough to say, hey, like, you know, this is where I'm at right now, you know what I mean, and we're on the same page, same understanding, then you can still have a long time friend in that relationship. You know?
Good to know.
Good to know.
Good to know. Anyway.
So, you know, we gotta wrap this up for now.
Yeah, we gotta wrap
great.
this up.
This was fun.
But I'd like to thank y'all for listening.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been your boy Thomas, and I have my little buddy Ayesha.
Ayesha, aka Aim High, you know.
Ain't nobody doing no AKA names today.
Hey, you'll find out about Aim High one day.
And with that being said, aim high for the stars. Y'all have a good night.
That's right. Love you. I want my own little mirror too, since you got yours set up.
What's going on, everybody? Usually I go by my alias name, but we're going to go with my government name for the day. I got a very, very special guest with me. But before we get into all of that, you are now tuning into the Black Service Announcement. And I'm here with my very, very special guest, Ayesha. We just going to keep it at that, Ayesha. I ain't giving government names out, none of that. Just Ayesha.
Right.
One of my homies, somebody I talk about a lot.
His best friend.
So today we are going to talk about relationships, or intimate relationships. So, what's your idea of an intimate relationship?
What is my idea of an intimate relationship?
Okay, what's your idea of a relationship, a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship?
I mean, it's a partnership. It's a commitment, right? It's something that's supposed to represent partnership, commitment.
Okay.
So instead of you doing things always on your own, planning your own future for yourself, you're now planning for two. It's two becoming one. So your goals and dreams are now one, right?
No, you're right.
I mean, we all have our own goals and our own, you know, separate dreams, but in a relationship, we're supposed to motivate, inspire, encourage, show some sort of support when you're in a relationship. That's a part of a relationship. That's what I would expect in a relationship, you know?
I view it in the same light. I say as the